I'm going to start today with something that might be uncomfortable to hear. Falls on stairs are one of the leading causes of serious injury for people our age. And I'm not saying that to scare you, I'm saying it because most of those falls are preventable. With small changes that don't cost a fortune. Your staircase is probably something you don't think about much. You've walked up and down those stairs 1,000 times. But certain features that were popular 10, 15, even 20 years ago, they're not just dated anymore. Some of them are actually making your stairs less safe. And here's what frustrates me. When you search online for solutions, everything costs $10, $20, $30,000. As if we all have that sitting around. We don't. So today I'm going to show you 7 staircase trends that are hurting your home in 2026. And I'm going to rank them from most urgent to least urgent, because some of these you can fix this weekend for under $100. Others, honestly, you might be just fine leaving them alone. Let's start with the one that matters most.
If your staircase was built before 2015, you need to see this. Drop a like and hype if any of these are in your home right now. Number 1 is a safety hazard most people ignore.
Single overhead light. I'm putting this first because it's the most dangerous problem on this list, and also the cheapest to fix. Most staircases have one light fixture, maybe a chandelier at the top, maybe a flush mount on the landing, and that's it. The problem is that a single overhead light creates shadows. Those shadows make it hard to see where one step ends and the next begins, especially at night, especially as our eyes change with age. According to the CDC, falls are the leading cause of injury-related death for adults over 65. The death rate from falls has increased 21% since 2018, and a huge percentage of those falls happen at home, on stairs. I'm not telling you this to frighten you. I'm telling you because this is fixable today for almost nothing. Here's what you can do. Option 1, the best option. LED strip lighting under each tread. You can buy a basic kit for around $50 to $100. It plugs into a standard outlet, and many kits include a motion sensor so the lights come on automatically when you approach the stairs. Installation is peel and stick. No electrician needed. Option 2. If you don't want lights on every tread, add a wall sconce or two along the stairwell. Battery-operated sconces with motion sensors cost maybe $20 to $40 each. No wiring, just mount them and forget them. Option 3, the minimum. Put higher wattage bulbs in your existing fixture. Bright white light, not yellow, makes a huge difference. This costs maybe $10. This isn't about making your staircase look fancy. This is about being able to see where you're going. And for $50 to $100, you can dramatically reduce your risk of a serious fall. If you only do one thing from this entire video, do this one. Floating staircases are beautiful. Those open riser designs where the treads seem to hover in midair, they're architectural statements. I understand why people love them, but they've also become a real concern for a lot of homeowners, especially as we get older. Here's the issue. Many floating staircases were built without handrails, or with minimal railings that look great in photos, but don't actually help you if you lose your balance. The open risers can be disorienting, and some of those trendy materials, such as polished wood and glass, can be slippery. Research from 2025 found that both healthcare professionals and older adults ranked handrails as a high priority intervention for stair safety. It was unanimous, because handrails give you that third point of contact, and humans are most stable with 3 points of contact. If you have floating stairs and you're thinking about the future, the single best investment you can make is adding a proper handrail if you don't have one. Building code requires handrails on any staircase with 4 or more risers. The handrail should be between 34 and 38 inches high, and it needs to be something you can actually grip, not a flat decorative rail. A simple wall-mounted handrail costs maybe $50 to $150 for materials. A handyman can install it in an hour or two if you don't want to do it yourself. Second fix, add anti-slip treads or grip tape. These are adhesive strips that go on the front edge of each tread. They're almost invisible, but they dramatically reduce the risk of slipping. Cost? Maybe $30 to $50 for a whole staircase. Third fix, combined with the lighting from before. LED strip lights under each tread. This makes the edge of each step visible, especially at night. For those of you thinking about aging in place, if your floating stairs have open risers, those gaps between steps, consider adding riser panels. These are boards that close the gap. It changes the look, yes, but it also prevents the visual disorientation that can come with open risers as our depth perception changes with age. This isn't about making your home look old. It's about making your home work for you for as long as possible. Cable railing exploded in popularity around 2015. Those horizontal stainless steel cables replace traditional spindles. When it's done right, it looks beautiful with clean lines and unobstructed views. But here's the issue. A lot of cable railings weren't done right. And now, 5 or 10 years later, they're causing problems. The cables stretch over time. Temperature changes make them expand and contract. And when cables get loose, they create gaps that can be safety hazards, especially if you have grandchildren visiting. Building codes require that no opening in your railing allow a 4-inch ball to pass through. That's roughly the size of a toddler's head. Loose cables can absolutely fail that test. Now, I'm not saying you need to rip out your cable railing. If you already have it and it's working fine, keep it. But check it. Here's what you can do yourself, for free. Walk your staircase and push on the cables. If they deflect more than a couple of inches when you push, they need tightening. Most cable systems have tensioning hardware at one end, usually a turnbuckle or a threaded fitting. You can often tighten them yourself with a wrench. Takes about 20 minutes. Costs nothing. If your cables are seriously loose and the hardware is damaged, a handyman can usually fix it for a couple $100. You don't need to replace the whole system. If you're considering installing cable railing now, honestly, I'd think twice unless you're committed to maintaining it every year. The simpler option is basic black metal balusters, the vertical kind, not horizontal cables. They require zero maintenance, they meet code easily, and they actually look more current in 2026 than cable railing does. A set of iron balusters for a standard staircase runs somewhere between $300 and $600. And yes, you can install them yourself. It's not as hard as it looks. Wall-to-wall carpet on stairs. Let me be clear about something. I'm not here to tell you that carpet on stairs is terrible. It's not. Carpet is warm. It's quiet. It's softer on your joints when you're going up and down all day. And if you have grandchildren running around, that cushion matters. I understand why you chose it, but here's the reality.
When carpet on stairs gets worn, stained, or matted, and it will because stairs are high traffic areas, it can make your entire home look tired. And if you're thinking about selling in the next few years, buyers walking through tend to mentally calculate how much it would cost to rip it out and replace it. According to industry data, carpeted stairs can lower offers because buyers assume they'll need to remove it. Now, here's what you don't need to do. You don't need to tear out your carpet and install hardwood. That can easily cost $3,000 to $5,000 or more. Unless you're selling next month, that's probably not the best use of your money. What you can do instead. First option. If your carpet is just worn but not damaged, a professional deep cleaning can work wonders. We're talking maybe $100 to $200. Sometimes that's all you need. Second option. If your carpet is beyond saving, consider a stair runner instead of wall-to-wall carpet. A runner goes down the center of your stairs, usually held in place with stair rods. Here's why this is smart. It shows the wood on either side. It looks more intentional and updated, and this is the big one. When the runner wears out, you can replace just the runner, not the whole staircase. A decent stair runner costs somewhere between $200 and $500, and you can install it yourself with a staple gun and some patience. Third option. If your carpet is hiding hardwood underneath, you might be able to remove the carpet yourself and refinish just the treads. Sand, stain, polyurethane. It's a weekend project, and the materials might cost you under $200. The bottom line: if your carpet is in good shape and you like it, keep it. But if it's worn and you're thinking about the future, a runner is a smart middle ground.
Heavy dark wood stains. If your staircase was installed between about 1995 and 2015, there's a good chance it has a dark wood stain. Espresso, mahogany, dark cherry, maybe that red-toned oak that was everywhere. These finishes were considered rich and elegant at the time, and they're not ugly, but they do make spaces feel smaller and darker than they actually are. The trend right now, and the National Wood Flooring Association confirms this, is moving toward lighter, more natural wood tones. White oak, light maple, natural finishes that let the grain show through. About 66% of industry experts expect continued demand for these cleaner, lighter colors. Now, refinishing a staircase isn't cheap if you hire someone. We're talking maybe $1,500 to $3,000 professionally. But here's a budget alternative that works beautifully. You don't have to refinish the whole staircase. One of the most effective updates is simply painting your risers white. Leave the treads alone, just paint the vertical parts. The contrast between white risers and wood treads immediately brightens the space and looks much more current. Cost: a quart of good trim paint, maybe $20. Some painter's tape, a weekend of work. If your treads themselves are in rough shape, you can also buy pre-made stair tread covers that go right over your existing treads. These come in lighter wood tones, and they're designed for DIY installation. Cost varies, but you're usually looking at somewhere between $200 to $500 for a full staircase. Ornate wrought iron balusters. Let's talk about the balusters that were everywhere in the early 2000s. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Twisted iron, basket designs, scroll work, decorative knuckles at every joint. Maybe a bronze or antique pewter finish. If your home was built between about 2000 and 2012, there's a good chance your staircase has these. They were sold as elegant upgrades over plain wood spindles. And listen, they were beautiful then. There's nothing wrong with them functionally. They're strong, they're durable, they still do their job perfectly well. But here's the honest truth. To younger buyers, they immediately read as dated. The Tuscan aesthetic that was so popular 20 years ago just isn't where design is heading now. Current trends lean towards simplicity, clean lines, minimal detail. The good news: this is not urgent. If you're staying in your home and you like your balusters, there's no safety reason to change them. But if you're selling or if you want a fresher look, budget option 1, leave the balusters and update everything around them. Paint your risers bright white, add better lighting. Sometimes that contrast is enough to modernize the look without touching the ironwork at all. Budget option 2. If you want to replace them, plain black iron balusters are surprisingly affordable. We're talking maybe $15 to $25 per baluster. A typical staircase might have 30 to 40 balusters, so your total cost for materials might be $500 to $1,000. Can you install them yourself? Yes. You remove the old ones, drill the holes for the new ones, and secure them with set screws or epoxy. It's tedious, but not complicated. The key is simple, plain, black, round, about the thickness of a pencil. No twists, no scrolls, no knuckles. Bold patterned stair carpet. If you installed a stair runner or carpet in the 1990s or the 2000s, there's a chance it has a bold pattern. Florals, oriental designs, geometric shapes, and strong colors. And I want to be very clear here. If you love your pattern, keep it. Seriously. Your home should make you happy. This is at the bottom of my list because it's purely a matter of taste. It doesn't affect safety. It doesn't dramatically affect resale value. It's just style. Patterns do date faster than solid colors. What felt sophisticated in 2005 can feel busy today, and bold patterns show wear more obviously than neutrals. But here's my honest advice. If you're staying in your home for the foreseeable future and you smile every time you see that pattern, don't change a thing. Life is too short to redecorate for imaginary future buyers who might not even like neutral beige. If you're ready for a change, a new stair runner is one of the most cost-effective updates you can make. Choose something simple, a solid neutral, warm beige, soft gray, even a light blue. Or if you want some pattern, stick to timeless options like a subtle stripe, chevron, or herringbone. Cost for a decent stair runner? Somewhere between $200 and $500. Add another $50 or so for stair rods if you want that finished look. And yes, you can install this yourself. So let me bring this all together. I showed you 7 staircase issues, ranked from most urgent to least urgent based on what actually matters for people like us. At the top, lighting and safety features. These are the changes that could genuinely prevent a serious injury. And they're often the cheapest fixes, $50 to $150. In the middle, worn carpet and dark wood. These affect how your home looks and feels, and they're worth addressing if you're thinking about selling. But they're not emergencies. At the bottom, ornate ironwork and bold patterns. These are purely aesthetic. If you like them, keep them. No one should make you feel bad about design choices that bring you joy. Here's what I hope you take away from this. You don't need to spend a fortune to have a staircase that's safe, functional, and attractive. Most of these fixes are weekend projects. Some cost less than dinner for two. And the most important changes, the ones that could actually keep you safe and independent in your own home for years to come, are often the simplest ones. Better lighting, a proper handrail, grip tape on the treads. Because at the end of the day, your staircase should work for your life. Not for some imaginary buyer, not for Instagram, for you. So here's my question. Which of these surprised you the most? Or is there a staircase issue you're dealing with that I didn't cover? Drop it in the comments. I read them all, and your question might become a future video. And if you found this helpful, I've got another video on flooring mistakes that you absolutely need to see before you make any big decisions. I'll see you in the next one.